Alright, this is my review on Tony Fisher's Golden Cube. Now, what of course makes this unique is that it's a shape-shifting puzzle. So, unlike a 3x3 cube where you have 1, 2, or 3 stickers that defines a piece, you've got a distinct shape that will define each of the pieces. So when you mix it up, all of the shapes get out of, or don't match up, and you've got this really big mess. But really, once you get used to the fact that you're looking at shapes instead of stickers, it's not really much harder than a normal twisty puzzle. The mechanism of it is based off of this cube, which I don't have with me, so when I first bought this, I had no idea what I was in for. It took 2 days and about 4 hours probably total, 4 brain-racking hours trying to figure out how to solve this, you know. Coming up with the algorithms was just really hard. So, but there are 3 things that I find curious about it. First off is, I heard that this little triangle here is supposed to be rotated in 3 ways, but look the same. But as you can see here, this triangle is in the right place, but it's not rotated right. See, it's slightly misaligned. So, if I bring it up here and rotate it, and bring it back, I have another position where it's also not aligned again, but I can... the third rotation will match it up. So, what's strange is, with any of those 3 things, if you don't have this triangle oriented, that is supposed to create a parity error on the rest of the cube. But since you can tell when it's flat or not, it's not really any use. And the second curious thing is the size of the puzzle. I mean, look at it compared to a 3x3. I mean, it's massive, or even a V-Cube 7. I mean, the size is ridiculous. I have no idea why it's made so large. And the third thing about it is that when it's in the solved position, one of the layers is misaligned. So just imagine that this 3x3 is a cube. So what Tony Fisher did is he took one of the layers of a cube, rotated it 45 degrees, although in this case it'd be 60 degrees, and then extended all of the pieces into a cubic shape. So you have to realign this layer before you're able to turn the other 3. So, yeah. But despite the strange things, it is still a fun puzzle, you know. It was a great challenge for me, you know, it was just such a great feeling after I first figured out how to solve it. But I do have one complaint with this version, this particular gold version. I'll try to get a close-up. See, notice that the paint has rubbed off on the corners, just from, you know, probably setting the cube down on tables and such. So... yeah, it's too bad, and also scratches have formed on it, so it may be better to get the black cube and then to put the gold stickers on it from CubeSmith. And another thing is the price. You know, this puzzle is actually simpler than a Rubik's Cube. It's made up of less pieces, but yet it is much more expensive. Buying this cube from Mefferts.com costs $48, including shipping. So, you know, I understand that it's unique, you know, the way all the pieces are extended and such, but, you know, I would have thought maybe $25 to $30 would be a more reasonable price for this. So if you have money to burn, go ahead and get it. But one plus thing about it is it's got a neat little clicking mechanism. Now this is not nearly as bad as an unopened V-Cube 6. It's a very slight one. You've got just a nice, good click to let you know when the layers are all aligned, and you can just... that just helps, you know, when it's all mixed up and in a huge mess, it would be very hard to tell. Like, you know, you might get confused, like you could turn these layers, but it's still nice. And there's also a slight click in the middle, like it clicks 3 times before it goes into a firm click. 1, 2, oh, that's 2 clicks between each firm one. But yeah, still, that's really nice. And as for taking it apart, it's not that hard. You just kind of have to rotate the layers a little bit. And then, yeah, there. And then just find a spot where they'll pop out like that. So, here I'll take out these pieces. So, there's the whole lever. Let me turn on the backlight. There. So, that kind of helps you to see the inside. So, yeah, 4 arms that stick out, you know, unlike the 6 from a Rubik's Cube. So, but I have found it very difficult to assemble. But I found it was very difficult to assemble it because you have to have one of the layers misaligned. So, I don't really recommend you should take it apart, but I am still trying to figure out to see if there's a convenient way to assemble it so that I could make a tutorial, but that's still iffy at the moment. Okay, I believe I've covered everything for just a review. I do recommend you buy it if you have cash to burn. It's a really fun puzzle. It's interesting to get a different reaction from the people who normally see your regular cubic puzzles. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Okay, I believe that's everything I have to say, so bye.